Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have the Back to School collection releasing on August 26th at noon Eastern Standard Time from La Polish. These were sent to me for review and I will link La Polish's storefront down below. This is a collection of 3 crelly polishes that are all based on Billy Madison. They all have really cute and fun names, so I'll go ahead and show you the swatches. First up is Stop Looking at Me Swan, and this is described as a white crelly with black, yellow, and gold glitters and flakes. So it looks like the black glitters are also holographic. This almost looks like, like a bumblebee polish. A really cool combination. I'll show you a brush shot. And I'll show you how Stop Looking at Me Swan swatched on my natural nail. So these are all crelly, so that means they're pretty much all going to start out sheer and then build up in 2 to 3 coats and get a nice milky base with lots of depth in the glitter. I did get a nice amount of coverage in the first coat. I'm going to let that dry and then come back in for the second. I had no problems with getting a good amount of glitter. I had to do no fishing or anything like that. The formula is really smooth and easy. A little bit on the thick side, not hard to manage at all. So here's 2 coats. It's not quite opaque for me at 2, so I am going to let this dry and then come back in for a third. These will dry down slightly textured as well. A good top coat will help make the top layer a little bit more cohesive as well. I do love a top coat with all of my crellies. 3 coats, it does bring this one completely opaque. You could also layer this over white if you prefer for a more stark opaque finish. So here is a look at the completed mani without top coat. Here's another view at a different angle in direct sunlight with top coat, so you can see a little bit of that shimmer peeking out. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle under artificial lighting. I will not be stamp testing these because they are a crelly formula. So next up is Nudie Magazine Day, and this one is described as a nude crelly with aqua, blue, and white glitters and aqua shimmer. Really gorgeous. I love a nude crelly, especially with bright pops of color. I'll show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Nudie Magazine Day swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat. Again, this one starts out fairly sheer. I did get good even coverage though and plenty of glitter on the first swipe. So I'm going to let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. Okay, here is the second coat. I did end up doing a really thick second coat, so I think this is probably more on the side of a 3-coater. Here it's going to look completely opaque in 2. I did have to come in for a third and kind of even out the finish a little bit. So, but 2 thicker coats gives a good amount of coverage. I'm going to let this dry and then even it out with the third. So here is the third coat. I did need to just fix that far side a little bit. Really gorgeous. I think this is probably my second favorite. I love them all. It was really hard to pick a favorite. I do adore this one. So here is a look at the completed mani without top coat. Here it is from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and once more at an angle under artificial lighting. This one looks really cool matte as well. So lastly, I have Call Me Miles Davis, and this one is described as a raspberry crelly with black, white, pink, and gold glitters. And this one is probably my favorite. I love the take on like a grandmotherly color with a lot of fun splashes. I'll show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Call Me Miles Davis swatched on my natural nail. So here is the first coat. Again, it starts out sheer, good coverage, really easy formula. I have really no complaints about these at all. So I'm going to let this one dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat. I am going to do a little bit of a thicker second coat, and I think this one is completely opaque for me in 2 coats. I think that you can totally get away with 2. I am going to go ahead and show you what it looks like with 3 just so you can see the difference, but there's really not much of a difference at all. You get lots of depth and coverage at 2 coats. So here is the third and final coat, and really I just needed to kind of even up my nail line there on the edge. It's really hard for me to see that edge when I paint because it's on the far side. I really need to get a new stand for my camera. So here it is at 3 coats. Here's a look at the completed mani without top coat. Here it is from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle under artificial lighting. So that wraps up my swatch and review of the back to school collection. I will link La Polish's social media and storefront down below. These will retail for $10 for a full size or minis for $6. If you'd like to see more photos, I do have those available on my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.